So the weather the last couple of days has been absolutely terrible, which meant I couldn't get out into the garden and we couldn't do any digging out there. So like everybody else, I've been isolating indoors, completely housebound. What's a good thing to do to relieve the boredom when you're stuck inside the house on a rainy day? A jigsaw puzzle! I don't have any jigsaw puzzles! But wait a minute, yes I do! Because remember, the other day we dug up all that glass, and that glass, when you look at it, is a jigsaw puzzle! A jigsaw puzzle that I'll have to do very, very carefully. Now let me put this over here so we can have a look at our jigsaw puzzle. Now, there's not enough here to make up a whole louver, but we'll put together the pieces that we have got and see how much there is. And then after that, we can go outside and have a look at another little trench that I dug where something of value turned up. And we'll have a look at that when I finish this. But before we do this, you'll remember by the glass, there was something that was sticking out into the edge of the pit, just a little bit that stuck out a bit like, where are you? That. And I thought, I can't tell what that is. But when the weather had been at it for a while, it softened up and it turned out not to be a piece of timber, but a piece of rubber off a tyre. And that little cog that we found, there's our little cog friend just here. And a little clockwork cog, nothing else that was with it. Can we get closer without losing focus? Yes, we can. But you can see there, it's taken quite a severe blow from something coming down on it at some time during its life. But sweet little cog, but nothing that was with it apart from the louver glass and one bit of rubber. Can you create the backstory to how that all got to be in the one spot? I'd like to know it if you can. But let's do ourselves a jigsaw, then go outside. Ta-da! I just did the most unfun jigsaw puzzle in the world ever. This is the result of my labour. I'm tired of looking at it. Let's go outside and look at our trench. Okay, let's have a look at the little trench I was able to dig out, and you can see what little surprises came up over here. Now, down here, it's just a tiny one, this one, but it gave up quite a bit. Not least of all, yet another cat's eye marble. This giant big old hinge just here, which is quite a sizable piece. It's certainly not a hinge from inside the house. It's too big for where there used to be hinges on the doors inside the house. A couple of nails down here. That one was roughly in this position. These ones weren't exactly where I've got them here. And but this nail here, this beautiful handmade nail there, it's got a bit of age to it. It's certainly not machine made, that one. But the big surprise was not what was actually in the pit. Every time I dig a little trench out, I turn up the turf, and at some point I go over the top of the turf with the metal detector just to make sure there's not something in there. And I got a little bit of a noise coming out of this piece just here. Now, I didn't film this when it was happening, and I've put it back just to show you how it sort of came out. When I was going through the turf to work out what was making the noise, in under here I found, can you see this is roughly how it looks when I found it? An old coin there. Not so old. It's only 53 years old. It's a 1967 1-cent piece. If it was in about that level there, it's maybe 2 inches down into the turf, a 1-cent piece. So hey, we found some money, but we have to keep going because as yet, I don't think I'm going to be able to retire on this.